Makingascene.org brings you the Digital Campfire, how AI can create community instead of content. Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Look, if you're an independent artist, or honestly anyone trying to build a genuine following online today, you probably know the exact feeling I'm talking about. You're just exhausted, right? You're stuck on this endless content treadmill, constantly being told you've got to churn out more, just to feed a machine that barely even seems to notice you exist. Well, today, we're going to explore a completely different path. We're looking at a way to escape that exhausting content machine and actually use technology to bring real people together. So let's just dive right into this.
There's this concept from makingascene.org that literally hits the nail on the head. They say, music is not just something people consume, it is something people gather around. And I really want to validate the burnout so many of you are feeling right now. For years, social platforms have been training artists to act like publishers or influencers or, just short-form video machines. You're basically told to push out an endless feed of content. But here's the profound truth we keep missing. Fans were never actually begging for more content. They're begging for real connection. They want a reason to care, a place to belong, and a way to feel like they're part of an actual scene, not just mindlessly scrolling past a song in a crowded feed.
So we're looking at a really stark contrast between the old internet and where we're actually heading today. The old internet, it told you to focus entirely on audience growth. It was all about passive views, getting more eyeballs, always asking, how many people can see me? But the new artist-owned business model is all about community density. And community density asks a much better question. How many real fans are close enough, connected enough, and motivated enough to actually do something together? I mean, think about the empty vanity of having 15,000 passive views on some short video. Sure, it feels good for a second, but it might not sell a single concert ticket. Now compare that to the immense, tangible value of having 15 deeply connected fans meeting up at a local coffee shop before your show. Those 15 fans, they're going to buy merch, they're going to bring friends, and they are the ones who will sustain a long-term career.
Now, I want you to ask yourself this directly. Where are your fans already paying attention? Because the instinct for a lot of people right now is to use all these shiny new AI tools to just crank out more generic captions, more scripts, just more noise. But if you do that, you're still trapped right inside that content machine. Instead of asking AI to make another generic post, artists absolutely must use it to listen. You have to look for clues about where a community naturally wants to form. Who keeps opening your emails? Who scanned that QR code at the merch table? Who's always commenting on your acoustic videos? These aren't just dry data points, you guys. They are bright, flashing signals showing you exactly where the heat is.
The crucial point here really comes down to how we look at our numbers. Let's take an indie artist with, say, 2,000 scattered passive followers online. Under the old model, that artist probably feels pretty small, constantly chasing bigger numbers and begging a totally cold audience to care. But if we reframe those exact same metrics through the lens of community density, we might reveal a hidden, incredibly powerful foundation. Out of those 2,000 passive scrollers, maybe you actually have 60 highly active, real fans. Just 60. The old mindset completely dismisses this as too small, but the smart mindset, it sees a rock-solid foundation for a completely sustainable career.
And here is where it gets absolutely fascinating. This is exactly how artists can use AI to identify fan clusters in specific cities. Instead of just burying those 60 amazing fans in some flat, unorganized email list, AI can look at the patterns in their behavior and show you exactly where they are and what they care about. Imagine discovering you have 20 fans right near Philadelphia who consistently respond to your acoustic songs, and another 20 fans clustered near Asheville who love your behind-the-scenes studio videos, and another 20 near Chicago who are always buying your merch. AI helps you see these not as random, disconnected people, but as highly localized fan clusters. That's 3 possible local communities just waiting to be invited into something special.
Okay, so let's walk through how this builds into an actual actionable strategy. Step 1, notice the people who are already leaning in. Step 2, send a genuinely human invitation. And Step 3, build a local gathering. So, taking our Philadelphia example, instead of sending a cold, generic promo blast to your entire list that just yells, "Buy tickets now," you use those AI insights. You send a highly personalized message to just those 20 fans in Philly. You say something like, "Hey, I see a small group of you here who love the quieter songs. I'm actually thinking of doing a private, intimate listening night. Would you want to be part of it?" You see the difference there? You aren't marketing to them at all. You're inviting them.
To pull this off effectively, we need to completely reframe the very definition of AI for the artist. As Makingascene.org points out, AI should absolutely not be viewed as a fake creator. You shouldn't use it to fake intimacy or, pretend an automated message is deeply personal when it's just not. Instead, think of AI as a host assistant. Think about a really great party host. They notice who walks in the door, they remember who's been there before, and they introduce people who might get along. AI can organize that messy back end for you. It can sort the data, identify those vital city clusters, and group the interests together. That way, you, the artist, actually have the energy to be more human at scale. You still bring the voice, the AI just helps you set the table.
And think about how brilliantly this back-end hosting works in practice. When a fan takes an action, like, say, scanning a QR code at your show, simple automation steps in and adds a stamp to their profile, instantly tagging them in that local city. When they buy merch online, it triggers a personalized thank you note. When they answer a local survey, it alerts you that there's enough demand in that specific city to actually host a meetup. This simple automation turns all those scattered, isolated fan actions into meaningful follow-through. It ensures that when someone brings 3 friends to your show, that incredible act of support doesn't just disappear into the digital fog.
Now, a massive part of this strategy relies on having the right home base, which makingascene.org refers to as the fan passport. Think of the fan passport as an artist-owned memory system. Because, let's be real, community needs memory. If a fan comes to 3 of your shows, they shouldn't be treated like a total stranger the very next month. The fan passport tracks who attended, who supported, and who returned. But most importantly, it grounds this entire process in mutual respect. This is an ecosystem that honors fan relationships. You are not some tech bro trying to scrape data to sell targeted ads. You are an artist treating your fans' data with genuine care.
Because at the end of the day, consent builds stronger community. Period. You really can't force a true connection with cheap tricks, fake urgency, or by pushing fans into groups they never even asked to join. It has to be built on trust. You have to let fans choose their level of involvement. Tell them exactly what they're signing up for when they scan that QR code. Let them choose what they share, let them update their preferences, and let them leave if they want to. Treating people with respect and giving them agency naturally creates a much stronger, more vibrant, and fiercely loyal scene than any high-pressure marketing tactic ever could.
And as you shift to this new model, what you measure has to completely change as well. We have got to stop measuring empty reach. Seriously, stop obsessing over how many views a video got or how many passive followers you gained overnight. Instead, start focusing entirely on relationship metrics. Ask yourself, how many fans joined your own email list? How many actually replied to a message or scanned a code? How many bought directly from your store? How many brought their friends to a local gathering? These are the metrics that actually matter. Why? Because these are the metrics that naturally lead to direct revenue through ticketed house concerts, Patreon memberships, and direct merch sales. When the connection is real, the financial support feels entirely natural.
Ultimately, what makingascene.org is mapping out for us here is a massive paradigm shift. It's the shift from the attention economy to the belonging economy. The attention economy is just an exhausting treadmill. It demands more eyes, more clicks, endless swipes, and all your precious time spent feeding platform algorithms. But the belonging economy? That is where sustainable, long-term indie careers are actually built. It thrives on stronger ties, a clear sense of identity, deep trust, and direct support from fans who feel like they are truly a part of your story.
So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. You have a choice to make about your future as an independent artist. Will you keep feeding the machine, pouring your heart into content that literally disappears in 24 hours? Or will you use AI and smart artist-owned tools to gather your fans and build a digital campfire? I really hope this explainer has sparked some ideas on how you can start building your own real scene today. Make sure you check out the other great articles and resources on makingascene.org, the place the indie artist goes to build the new music industry.